A number 5, 450-pound Japanese underwater mine was detonated off Toguchi Beach in Yomitan at 10:30 a.m. in the morning. An area of about 2 miles was closed off while the ordnance was destroyed. The underwater mine was discovered by local diver and underwater photographer Jim Winter. While out on a recreational dive, Winter found the mine about 550 feet of water.
We were about 35 feet over the sand bottom, and we saw what amounted to almost a perfect spherical rock. And as we came near it and looked at it, you could see on top which was almost perfectly circular. And it was obviously not a rock. You could see where the bottom where it touched the white sand was perfectly spherical underneath the sand. So we took some photos and came back in.
What were your thoughts when you first saw it?
It's a sea mine. It's definitely a mine.
After reviewing Winter's photos, the mine was later identified as from World War II. Toguchi Beach was used as a main landing area for the U.S. invasion of Okinawa during the Second World War.
We didn't touch it. It's been there for 64 years. We just didn't touch it. Obviously you don't want to pick something like that. We didn't tap on it or take anything from it. Just leave it there.
Bombs in mines left over from the war are common here on Okinawa. The Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force recovers about an average of 3 tons of ordnance from Okinawan waters every year. Bob Zimmerman, program manager of Tsunami Scuba, says while diving in Okinawa, the best thing for divers to do is stay alert.
While you're out diving, if you find any unexploded ordnance, the important thing is to leave it alone because it is volatile. If you have a way to mark it, please mark it and get some compass bearings on the item, and then contact the Japanese police, the Japanese Coast Guard. If you feel that you can't communicate very well with them, contact the local military police or explosive ordnance disposal units.
Ordnance is just one hazard that divers may face, but Zimmerman says the threat is relatively low so long as divers use common sense and good judgment.
Well, there's ordnance all over the island, both in the water and out of the water, and the key again is recognize it, leave it alone, don't play with it, don't try to take a souvenir home with you because it is just as deadly now as it was 60 years ago.
The same advice can be said to all military personnel living on island. Everyone living on Okinawa should be alert at all times.
One of the other things that you need to be aware of is with the storms and typhoons that we have, you may go to an area where there's nothing there one day, and after a storm, the sand has been moved around and it uncovers things.
For MCCS Reports, I'm Chrissy Barnett Miller.